is Terrence Baker, your host, Doctors in the House, NABN TV. Today we're going to revisit a serious surge in Omicron COVID-19 that's occurring in China and in Taiwan. Taiwan, after 2 years of remaining isolated and keeping their borders closed and quarantining everyone who did visit Taiwan for at least 2 weeks, the residents of Taiwan have been essentially able to enjoy life as normal. However, recently, 2 significant changes occurred. One is that Taiwan became more open and more able to visit and to accept visitation from individuals outside of Taiwan. And the second thing that happened is the mutation of SARS-CoV-2 to the Omicron species. Omicron, as you know, is much more contagious than any other virus that has been seen. Some scientists believe that Omicron is one of the most infectious viruses ever to exist, even more infectious than measles and chickenpox. So what's happening in Taiwan is there's been a tremendous surge of disease. Rapid tests are in short supply. Beds to quarantine patients are also filled to capacity. Taiwan is experiencing a shortage of medical supplies, medical healthcare workers capable of caring for the sudden surge of new patients. Also, it's important to know that of the 23 million residents of Taiwan, only approximately 1% are vaccinated. So you have a low vaccination rate, you have a new opening of the borders, you have decrease in mask wearing, and you have increased transmissibility of the virus, has led to the perfect storm, if you will, a perfect window for surge to occur in Taiwan. A similar phenomenon is being seen in China. China, again, having largely closed its border and protected itself from visitation, now finds itself with several provinces seeing surges of 1,000 new cases per day. And in fact, the Chinese government is restricting travel within China, is recommending that individuals within the infected areas stay at home and work from home. Masks are being used whenever going outdoors. The Jolin province recently reported earlier today that there was a 5-fold increase in the number of cases being seen over any other time in the pandemic history. And so we're seeing a sudden surge in China. The lessons to be learned from these surges in Taiwan and China is that the pandemic, SARS-CoV-2, Omicron, and the son of Omicron still are present in our environment. Reasonable measures need to be taken by all of us. Number one is masking when indoors among individuals whose immune status, that is vaccination status, you don't know. Number two is vaccination. Vaccination continues to be a cornerstone to protecting yourself and your family from serious disease, admissions, ICU admissions, and hospital stays, which require ventilation and also appear to prevent death. So it's important that if you are eligible for vaccinations and boosters, that you should obtain these vaccinations and boosters. Next, do not forget to stay up to date on your pneumococcal vaccine for pneumonias. If you're eligible, you should receive that vaccine. Also, the yearly vaccine for influenza A and B. Influenza A is very prevalent this year and is being seen widely, not only around America, but throughout the world. Also, some patients are developing influenza and SARS-CoV-2 infections with Omicron. So again, very important to maintain your vaccination. Also, protect your environment. Remember to filter your air with air filters that remove the virus. Both Omicron virus and influenza virus can be filtered and removed. Also, remember to ventilate, that is, to exchange the air within your environment on a regular basis so as to reduce the amount of virus present. At all times, when you are indoors and around individuals that you don't know and you don't know their vaccination status, it is wise to continue using a mask. N95 masks are recommended. KN95 masks can be substituted, but either N or KN95 masks are the recommended mask. Cloth masks, even if they're 3 or 5 layers, are ineffective in reducing the spread of Omicron and in inhaling Omicron if it's in the air around you. 5-layer masks do not provide sufficient filtration in order to protect you from Omicron. You must use a filtering mask that has the ability to stop inhalation, that is breathing in and or breathing out Omicron. If you are infected or you are a carrier, you must wear a KN or N95 mask to stop the transmission of the virus. And the reason for that is the virus transmits in the mist, just like if you put a teapot on the stove and you boil the water, you will see a mist come out of the spout. Omicron lives in the mist. Cloth mask will not filter the mist. N95 and KN95 will filter the mist and will filter Omicron and son of Omicron. These basic principles, along with your usual cleanliness, bathing on a regular basis, washing your clothes in hot water regularly, washing your hands frequently, and or using hand sanitizers. These basic tools are still required in order to provide safety for you and your family. And what we're seeing in Taiwan and China and even England as of this morning demonstrates that the pandemic still exists and that necessary safety precautions must be taken by you and your family. This is Dr. Terrence Baker coming to you from the studios of NABN TV, Doctors in the House.